All rise, the Honorable Judge Court Zepernick presiding. Please be seated. Court is in session. A lot to get to in the wide world of sports today. I'm your host, Court Zepernick, and welcome to Court is in session. So getting right down to it, no more further ado, is LeBron still the best player on the planet? Currently in a 2-week standstill with his ankle injury, just a couple weeks removed from the pageantry of the scoring title. But is he still the best player on the planet? And the answer is yes. And now there's another variable to that sort of goes in correspondence. Is LeBron still the best player on the planet despite the fact that he can no longer do it by himself? And the answer is still yes. LeBron, no way in Hades he would be able to take a team such as the Lakers, even with the resurrection of Anthony Davis's performance lately, the fact that they've won back-to-back notable national Sunday games in a row, including a thrilling upset over the Warriors yesterday, that he could take a team like the Lakers in their current state prior to or even post-2020 to the NBA Finals, the pinnacle, the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals, with the unit that he has established. Now, when he was with the Cavaliers for that number of years, that handful of years, it was so impressive. It was unbelievable how he was able to do that, how he was able to take a team in Stephen A. Smith and the coined no-names comparison, and how he was able to take a team such as the Cavaliers and sort of elevate them to the Eastern Conference Finals just routinely, on the fact of the matter that he was able not just to take them to the Eastern Conference Finals prior to Irving, prior to all the big three they have assembled with Kevin Love. That was the most impressive stanza of his career, how he was able to take a team like that multiple years, make it to the 07 Finals, and then still be able to consistently be in the top of his game. Can he do that now? Absolutely not. He needs all the help in the world, it seems, at times with this Lakers team over the past couple of years. But it's still a matter of fact, aside from all the reputation, all the things that have aspired around him, and the fact that he is still just not so much more than an athlete per se, the fact that he cannot take a team by himself, singularly to the NBA Finals, still does not deter the fact that he is indeed the best player in the universe. So moving on now, we'll get to topic 2 here on Court is in Session. Can Sean Payton resurrect the Broncos offense? This is a team that back in 2015, the last time they won the Super Bowl and the last time they made the playoffs, as a matter of fact, won the Super Bowl, made the playoffs, not because of their offense back then under head coach Gary Kubiak, who coincidentally was an offensive mind, but the fact that they won the Super Bowl because of the fact that they had a stellar defense with Von Miller torturing Cam Newton in that Super Bowl 50 thriller that we saw. The fact that this team has had no offensive productivity seemingly for the last decade, really since, as long as I've been watching pro football. Can Sean Payton, with all the success that he had, the quarterback guru down in Louisiana with the Saints, can he translate that and, more importantly, transcend that to Russell Wilson and maybe most importantly, Jerry Jeudy? Okay, Jerry Jeudy is the most sublime route runner I have ever seen coming out of wide receiver U, Alabama. This guy could rewrite the entire Sicko Mode Drake video with his route running skills. He is absolutely superb. You are not going to see a better route runner maybe in your lifetime than Jerry Jeudy. And instead, he goes from this great offense that he had from Alabama, gets drafted to the Broncos, no problem there. He's surrounded by a lot of playmakers, a lot of speedsters that John Elway drafted in order to compete with the high-octane fiery attack of the Kansas City Chiefs. And then, to contradict all that, they hire Vic Fangio, and he has this boring, prehistoric offense. There's just no rhythm, no fluidity whatsoever. And the fact that this is the last hurrah for Jerry Jeudy, particularly with the Broncos. He needs to get out of Denver. A great fit for him, in my opinion, would be the Browns. Amari Cooper already established, Donovan Peoples-Jones. You're already formulating a big three, and you don't even know it with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, and he can use him in a variety of different ways, a multiplicity of different schemes. But Jerry Jeudy, in particular, this is his last hurrah with the Broncos. This is a team that, to answer the question, yes, Sean Payton can revive, but Rome wasn't built in a day. This is going to be a long stretch and a long beacon of time before we really see some results. I don't think they're going to have much traction and much progress as opposed to this upcoming year that they've had, just because Sean Payton comes in and all the success he had in an expedited amount of time with the New Orleans Saints. The fact of the matter is, can Sean Payton resurrect the Broncos offense? Too early to tell at this point, but I'm leaning towards yes, but in a couple years, definitely not right off the bat. To get to our final topic of the show right now, did Tom Brady retire too early? The answer, yes, and here's the measuring stick for that. If you look at that NFC divisional round game in 2021, 2022, when he called it quits the first time and ended up being, being all fake and all that, he called it quits the first time. He throws for over 500 yards in his supposed last game against the eventual Super Bowl champion and tenacious defensive-led and offensive-led Los Angeles Rams. So Brady goes in, he torches them in his final game that time. He calls it quits. And I'm quizzically wondering, this guy has no reason to call it quits yet. He still has so much left in the tank. Now we're bringing it back to the Broncos real quick. When Tom Brady and Peyton Manning were still playing in the same in the same division, in the same conference, I should say, in the AFC. Manning was getting booed in his final year. Broncos country wanted him out of there. He got benched in the regular season finale against the pre-existing juggernaut Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, this is before the Chiefs were still a little bit above average. Brady has never been booed by both of the teams he's played for. He still has a lot in the tank. Did he retire too early? Yes. And then the verdict on that is, should he come back? Even more so, yes. So even though he was 7-0 against the Cowboys, he lost in that NFC wildcard game. That was the worst roster he's ever had assembled around him, whether it was with the Patriots or the Buccaneers. So did he retire too early? Yes. Should he come back? Yes. That's the verdict. Thanks for joining me. I'm Court Zepernick.